Hello and welcome to another selection of the hottest Q&As Reddit has to offer. Students of Reddit, has anyone in your online classes had an oh poop moment after realizing their mic/camera was still on? If so, what were? Someone in one of our huge official department meetings was unmuted. You could hear her BF ask in the background, "What are y'all doing?" And she said, "Just this stupid meeting, we not doing sh5 It was hilarious. She got kicked out of the meeting though. Lol, I love this. People will ask me what my calendar looks like, and I'll be like, well, it's packed, but I can probably skip that and that and that and. So many meetings could just be emails or Teams messages. Sometimes I wonder how deep into meeting hell someone has gotten. What is the world record? My girlfriend told me a story of her taking an online Zoom Pilates class at the beginning of everything shutting down. The Zoom meeting was set up in presenter instead of gallery mode, so whoever is speaking is on the main screen. She said in one of the poses someone farted and their camera popped up on the screen for everyone until the next instruction. Super awkward. Hello, this is your friendly AI acknowledging your fart and putting you up on screen so the group can enjoy the rest of your contributions. Good luck trying to blame another person for this one. Teacher was teaching a online class, grinds, which are extracurricular. There was a ton of audio issues and people kept saying they couldn't hear him. Eventually he said that we would postpone the class to a couple days later, and that we could all leave the meeting now. Of course, I'm pretty sure this isn't the most tech-savvy guy, so he didn't realize that most of us couldn't tell he said to leave, audio issues again, and so we hung around a couple more minutes. Somehow, it was a lot more audible when he tossed his glasses onto the table and said, "That was a effing disaster." I then realized that it was time to go. Poor guy lol. Just today, this one guy had some unholy screeching coming through the mic from elsewhere in the house. No context, he just had a mildly panicked look on his face and muted himself. Possibly a cat, a baby, or a parrot. Or a horny fox outside. Probably a horny fox. Her name is Pam. During an all-school meeting, a teacher and his wife got in an argument and you could hear them yelling at each other. Is that mathematics teacher? Maybe head over to the relationship advice for more info? Bro, just divorce her lol. Last letter of the dentist system. One of my classmates was talking to someone off screen about how crappy the class is and how stupid our lecturer is. Her mic and camera were both on. She was rambling for about 30 seconds when the lecturer just said her name. She just looked over at her screen, leaned forward a tad, then her eyes went wide and she covered her mouth. She immediately left the meeting. Haven't seen her in class since. This was 2 weeks ago. I'd never go back, too. Go back is a power move. Our maths teacher is terrifying but doesn't really know how to work a computer. He was messing everything up and kept accidentally muting himself and stuff. Anyway, this girl in my class forgot to mute herself and basically spent a good 2 minutes dissing him with an impressive range of obscenities. At some point she realized that she was broadcasting her extremely low opinions of our teacher to the entire class. The teacher was very unhappy and the girl immediately left the class. I can't even imagine the pure hell of trying to do a group project remotely. ETA, I work 100% remotely now and will until at least next summer. It's tough, I get it. When I commented, I was thinking specifically about that one slacker in every high school/college group that doesn't show up to meetings, doesn't do any of the work and still expects the good grade. Those types tend to get weeded out in the workforce. And if not, you can always passively aggressively send per my last email notes and CC the boss. Not exactly forgot the camera was on, but forgot their surroundings. Webcam starts up, and there's just a massive dildo on the bed beside where this person was sitting, back behind them. I've never felt so badly for an instance of poor forgetfulness. Just own it. Guy, Jesus, that's a big dildo. Them, ha. You would think that, wouldn't you? I thought I had muted myself and I was just doing my work and singing "Teal Make a Man Out of You" from Mulan because I had it stuck in my head. Then I looked at my computer and realized I wasn't muted and then quickly said, "Oh sorry, I accidentally unmuted myself," and the teacher said no worries and I could hear her laugh a little. I wanted to curl up and just lie in a hole. Lol. To be fair, "I'll Make a Man Out of You" is one of the best Disney songs. I wasn't ashamed because of the song I was singing. No, that song slaps. I'm just insecure about my singing voice lol. Once my very adorable classmate sang "Happy Birthday" so cheerfully while our professor was discussing. She only noticed it when she came back to class and saw our reactions in the chat. It was her dog's birthday, she said, then apologized for it. Oh, poop to all real quick. This is the best one. When my wife and I tried to sing happy birthday to our kitten when she turned 1, she thought we were yelling at her and ran away. We felt so bad, but we were also falling over laughing. Now when we sing to her, we sing a lot more quietly. Not in my class. Someone was unmuted while they started talking crap about someone else in the class before the teacher muted them. In my class, someone's mom came in and started yelling in Spanish. It was awkward BC. At first the teacher thought they'd been trying to ask a question, so she said what and for quiet for a minute while everyone just listened. Oh my god, this happens too often. Someone's family member comes in, makes some noise, teacher stops and asks what, and everyone sits and listens to weird donkey personal convos. Brother walks in. Sees they're in a Zoom class. Dude, you left your gross donkey butt rash cream in the bathroom. Tosses regular lotion in and pick up your crap. And next time you clog the toilet, I'm not gonna plunge it, I'll just poop in your bed. I was browsing social media as one does in the middle of a lecture, then expressed surprise at something I saw on there to my AF. Little did I know my mic was on and the teacher stopped class to ask what I said. Holy shit. Excuse me? I'm just really excited about history? Is it Napoleon or happy to see me? My dad's a college professor who is in his first semester of online classes. I moved in with him and mom to help take care of them during quarantine, and have extended my stay to help them with the inevitable slew of tech issues. Dad calls up, saying, "Can you come down a minute?" I keep getting disconnected from the video. Are you broadcasting now? No, I disconnected. I'd just gotten out of the shower, so figuring time was essential, I threw on a pair of shorts before quickly heading down. I round the desk to check out the issue, start clambering through the mess of overlapping windows and options he'd left open for me to sift through, and then I find the window showing all the active video feeds of his class. Yep, it was still up and working. And in the upper left corner, there I was, my fuzzy gut flopping around at all sorts of grotesque angles as I was leaning over the unappealingly lit desk. Now, instead of shrieking like a little girl, I kinda just look into the camera and say good morning folks. Hey, Professor Dad? Bad news, mostly for them, your camera is working perfectly. Apparently, when he said he disconnected, he meant the share screen would get disabled because he would back out of slideshow view in PowerPoint, not realizing the slideshow appears in a window separate from PowerPoint itself, and backing out just closes that window, and the share screen for it. Fortunately, none of the students reacted to me, they didn't even seem to be in the littlest bit entertained, as PowerPoint is known to do to people. But now if I'm anywhere near that desk, I'm putting on a nice collared shirt and combing my hair first. Because if anybody says they're disconnected from their Zoom meeting, I know those words have a very liberal range of interpretation depending on the user. Not exactly, but I did have a student who obviously walked away in a call. We predominantly use Teams for our video calls, and it'll show you who is in a meeting and how long it is going for. I go through the teaching of the content and then I will always say, if you know what needs to be done, you're welcome to leave the call. If not, hang around and I'll answer your questions. All the students leave except one. I ask him how he's going and he doesn't reply. I ask again, still no reply. So I left the call and timed how long he was still in there. The kid was still in the call for another 45 minutes before he came back and realized everyone was gone. Still sent me a message asking what they needed to do. Not in school, but a few years ago during online training for my job. Our managers agreed we could do the training at home since it was all remote anyway, and so it was a nice week working from home. During one of the sessions we heard what sounded like porn, then it got louder and louder. Finally the presenter says, "Okay, we see who is unmuted. I'm not going to name names, but let's be professional here." The poor guy couldn't look any of us in the eye after we returned to work. I'm not going to name names because we all see your name. At the beginning of the semester I sent out an email with a joke about still having to wear pants for class over Zoom. It didn't occur to me that people may need to be reminded to wear shirts. And I really, truly, did not expect to have to send a notice to my students telling them not to smoke weed during class. What would have been your answer or question? Leave it in the comments below. Slap that like and subscribe button for more, and check out the link in the video description for even more answers. Peace out, and catch you in the next video.